Today's episode is sponsored by ourselves. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. One of the most important things about cocktails is their presentation. And your garnish game can really make or break that presentation. So Marius and I decided that we wanted to start making some dehydrated fruit to garnish cocktails. Not only are they beautiful to look at, they're pretty long lasting, and they're functional garnishes in that they have aroma that you can add to your cocktail without unbalancing the cocktail, but just adding a little je ne sais quoi to it. So obviously we're doing limes, we're doing lemons, we're doing oranges, we're doing blood oranges, and we're doing dragon fruit. All of our citrus are organic, they're sourced locally, and this is a really good way to help the channel. The garnishes are made in small batches, they're essentially made to order, and although we're starting with, the usual suspects, the really simple lemon, lime, orange, blood orange, we hope to expand into some less common, harder to get fruits, and then on top of that, we'll have some seasonal offerings for you guys. So if you guys have any suggestions for things you'd like to see, definitely let us know. So head to the shop and no coupon code needed because they're amazingly priced and it helps the channel. Adding Campari into tropical drinks has been a very popular trend over the last couple of years. It's a very easy way of adding a little bit more dimension into drinks that can come off as a little bit flat. You get some botanical bitterness in there that will really kick some drinks up a notch. And that's exactly what London-based bartender Kevin Armstrong did when he created the dry daiquiri. Another thing to note about this recipe is that because it uses Campari, which is that nice light bitter aperitivo liqueur, you can switch out other bitter aperitivo liqueurs into this template and really get very different results. Because aperitivo liqueurs have a proprietary blend of botanicals in them. All of them vary in sweetness and bitterness and herbal complexity, and you can get very different results when you switch them out. We're gonna do half an ounce of lime juice, half an ounce of simple syrup, and the recipe calls for 1 dash of passion fruit syrup, so I don't know what a dash of syrup is. I'm just gonna call it a dribble drabble. Dribble drabble of passion fruit syrup. We're gonna do a fat quarter of Campari and then a fat 1 1/4 of lightly aged rum. So add some ice into our tin here. Give it a shake. Strain it. It calls for a flamed orange twist. Twists don't really give very good flames. I like to do coins for flaming because you need a little bit more pith on the back end of the peel to get a good flame and a nice bit of the caramelized oils onto the cocktail. And spritz. We could just place that like that. Let's give it a taste. It hits all of the daiquiri notes, but it's nice and dry. You don't get that overwhelming bitterness of the Campari. You get all of those obvious Campari flavors without that back palate cloying kind of bitter feel, which a lot of people object to. And it just expresses itself as a really nice daiquiri. I can't really tell if I'm getting any of the passion fruit in there, but I'm positive that it is manipulating the flavor in some way. It's just nice, tropical, very light, very dry. Chef's kiss.